Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, I found 10 credit unions, okay, that will give you up to $50,000. All right. Now, that's not the good part. The good part about this is that they will give you up to 90 days, okay, 90 days to make your first payment. 10 credit unions. So if you're needing a personal loan and you don't want to make that payment right away, right off the back, these credit unions are actually giving you up to 90 days. Now, first one I'm going to tell you about is, and it gives you the shortest amount of time. That's with First Tech Credit Union, right? So with First Tech Credit Union, they pull Experian, okay? But they give you up to 45 days to make your first payment on a personal loan or installment loan, right? Then the second one, and you all heard me mention this credit union, State Department Federal Credit Union. They give you 90 days, okay? And they give up to $100,000 on a personal loan, all right? Now, I always tell you guys, if the credit union offers a line of credit, I would probably go for the line of credit, right? However, when they offer a personal loan and they give you 90 days to make your first payment, then that gives you so much more leverage, right? Now, here's another credit union people hear about, they talk about it, but they don't leverage it. And that credit union is with Chevron, okay? So with Chevron, going back to State Department Federal Credit Union, they use Experian 2 mortgage score, okay? So for those of you that don't know what your mortgage scores are, you can click the link in the description and get access to your real credit scores, okay? Now, that being said, going back to Chevron, they use TransUnion. Again, these credit unions, because they're actually giving you 90 days, think about what you can do. You go to a credit union and they said, well, you don't have to make a payment until 90 days. And they done gave you, just said, $35,000, right? What can you do with that $35,000 as an investment, okay? Say that you're trying to start your Airbnb, right? You're trying to do Airbnb arbitrage, or you can use that $35,000. You can go to like a car auction, and buy a few cars to put on Toro, right? Or you can, you may be tired of being inside the office. You may want to start a pressure washing business. So there's so many things you can actually do with that money in that first 90 days. Now, some people, more likely, they're going to take that money and they probably put it into the stock market, right? Some of them do like day trading or something like that to flip that money. But again, the best part about this situation is that you don't have a payment for 90 days, okay? And with these here credit unions, most of these credit unions are non-geo restricted, meaning that anybody can join these here credit unions. So that's the best part about it. So you're not looking at credit unions where you have to be in that region in order to qualify. These are non-geo restricted credit unions. All right. Now, here's another thing. Some of these credit unions, and I'm finna mention one, they start out, they have a credit card. You can use some of these when they do that hard pull for your loans and stuff. You can use that same hard pull to get multiple products. Like you can get a car loan, or you can get a car loan, or you can get like a credit card. Now, here's another thing, because some of these here credit unions that offer the 90 days on a personal loan, you can use that same hard pull to get a car loan, and you can get that 90 days of no payment on the car loan as well. So you may be trying to do the medical carrier business and stuff like that, right? So now you being able to get a car loan where you don't have to make a payment for the next 90 days, plus a personal loan, plus a credit card, okay? This is what I'm talking about, stacking and leveraging in terms of when you're joining like with a credit union. Everything that I'm talking about are with the credit unions. I tried to find banks. I don't see any banks. Now, I see banks that will allow you to skip a payment. However, I don't see banks that will allow you to have 90 days to make your first payment. Anybody that has joined a bank that has taken out a personal loan, put it in the comments if you know of a bank that will allow you to get a personal loan and not make a payment for the first 90 days. So put it in the comments, all right? Now, there's another one, okay? You have a Community First Credit Union, right? So here's the thing about it with Community First Credit Union. Again, they're out of Florida, okay? They're out of Florida, and they're going to pull Equifax, all right? So just keep that in mind. Now, you also have Trilliant Federal Credit Union, okay? So with Trilliant Federal Credit Union, they pull Equifax, all right? And then you also have Kemba, K-E-M-B-A, Federal Credit Union. They pull Equifax. Now, here's a credit union that is non-geo-restricted, but they're usually in the Midwest, okay? And they used to be Anheuser-Busch Credit Union, but now they're called Together Credit Union. It's called Together Credit Union. Now, this credit union, they have a Visa card that starts at $10,000, okay? Now, you know how... who is that? Chase, right? So with the Chase Venture, with the Chase, what card is that Chase has? Somebody in the comments let me know. But Chase has a card, right? That starts at it's a infinite card. It's an infinite Visa card, and it starts at $10,000. However, this here card with Trilliant Credit Union, they have it for not Trilliant, but Together Credit Union starts at $10,000 as well, okay? And some of these credit unions, they even have credit cards that will give you like 16 months of zero interest and purchases on with credit cards. 16 months, all right? Now, you have another credit union. It's DuPage, all right? So with DuPage Credit Union, they are TransUnion Credit Union, all right? Now, there's one in California, and it's non-geo-restricted. It's called Key Point, okay? I would tell you guys, now, to my understanding, like their technology is not as fast. However, they do give you high limits. Not only that, because they give you the personal loans and you don't have to make a payment for 30 days, this gives you so much leverage, all right? Now, they use Experian as well. So I'm always looking, and if this video helps you all, if you enjoy the video, please leave a comment, a thumbs up, and please share. I'm always trying to find institutions that anybody can join and that's more flexible. And I know for sure that Navy Federal does not offer a personal loan where you can actually wait 90 days to make your first payment. Okay, so that's why I'm excited about these here credit unions, because even with PenFed, they offer the personal loans. But again, and if they're no doc, that's another thing about it. But they don't offer that 90 days no payment. That's the leverage there, because again, like I said, you can use that to get a personal loan for no payments, and a car loan, and a credit card. So the car loan is no payments as well. Plus, some of these credit unions also have the skip a payment, right? So then most of them, once you start paying on your loan, usually after 9 or 12 months, then they'll give you flexibility to actually skip a payment. So that's a difference that some people are not aware. Some credit unions would do a skip a pay, allow you to skip a pay for 1 or 2 months on a personal loan. But the best option, I would say, is being able to get with a credit union that gives you the loan up front and gives you 90 days. So if this is helpful, I would ask you to put it in the comments. Let me know if you would join one of these credit unions. I really think it would be a big benefit to many of us out there, especially if you're struggling, but you know that you have a decent credit score. Because I know some people are like, well, what's the credit score? I would tell you a few things to do. One is I would probably try to go in with at least a 660 or a higher credit score. That's number one. Number two is I would make sure that I would open up a personal account, checking account, and a savings account, and a CD, right? Again, so that you can build that relationship, all right? So if you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.